Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's okay. Felipe here from Fenriz, Gracie, Berlin. Here with Dania again, so we can talk a little bit more about concepts. All right, this series that we've been doing for a while. So this is, I believe, the fourth video we're doing about this. Today we're going to talk about sweeps. All right. So what a sweep is and how a sweep works. So basically, a sweep is a technique that I use from the guard, from the bottom, to end up on top. Okay. So what is important for us to understand in this concept? Because a lot of people ask me this. If it's not from the guard, it is not considered a sweep by the Jiu-Jitsu rules. So, meaning that, if for example, Dania is here on side control, all right? She's on top. If I use a technique here to end up on top, I succeeded. I have a good control right here, but that was not a sweep. In any tournaments, I'm going to get a point for that, okay? It's not a bad technique at all. I ended up in a good position, but it's still not going to get awarded points. So, let's understand. And this is the same for mount, for example, okay, people? But let's understand here how a sweep works. So basically, I'm on the bottom in a situation like this. I'm playing guard, all right, open guard. My partner is on top. So if I want to end up on, if I want to make my opponent fall, first thing I have to have is control. So showing a really basic sweep, I'm going to hook my partner feet here with my feet, right? Making sure that I have her feet control, then it can no longer step backwards. And if I put some pressure, she's falling. As she's falling, I'm ending on top, and that is how a sweep works, okay? So understanding that is very important because I see a lot of people, they get the control and they're wondering, oh, where should I throw this person? So what is important for us to understand is what kind of control do we have. So for example, I'm going to use a very common guard here, which is the lasso guard. Okay? So in this case, what I have right now is her shoulder control. All right? So if I have Dania's shoulder control, I'm going to throw her over her shoulder. It doesn't matter what I'm going to do, what kind of pressure do I have to do, she's going to fall over the shoulder. Because since she cannot use the arm, I have her arm trapped right here, this is the place that I have to take advantage of. But if I want to throw her over the shoulder, I have to have a pressure from the opposite direction. So in this case here, I'm controlling her pants. I'm first making sure that I break her balance, right? Because if I don't break the balance, I'm not going to be able to sweep her. So first, I'm going to bring Dania to me. She has no balance anymore. She cannot use her hand to stay on top. So as I push her down, she ends up on the bottom. Now I have the top position, and I can work. And that is going to be the case for most guards. All right, so simple sweep that we learned from white belt. On your knees, on your here, close guard. This is a sweep. I have to make sure that Dania falls on, if I want to bring Dania to this side right here, I have to make sure that I have this control here, okay? Because if she can use this arm, let's say that I try to bring her to the side with this arm free, she's posting, and I can put a lot of pressure right here. But since I have no control of that limb, it's not going to work. So in order to bring Dania to that side, first thing is having this control right here, right? Is to have this grip on her sleeve so she cannot post. And now I'm going to turn my hip to the opposite direction because since I want to throw her here, the pressure has to come in this direction. But since I'm not breaking her balance, we talked about the balance before, she's not falling. She's still very strong. Remember when we talked about the base, how the hips low make her way heavier. So now that I have this control, I'm going to, boom, break her balance, all right? And now I'm going to apply pressure on the other side, making her fall, ending up on top. And another thing that is very important for us to understand when we talk about sweep. So coming back to the first one. If I'm taking my opponent down, but not coming up. She's coming back up, and this is actually not a sweep. So make sure, guys, that when you go for a sweep, as your opponent is falling, you're coming up to make sure that you secure the position. What is important for us to understand when we're talking the sweep? You gotta have control, right? Because if you don't have one leg control, one arm control, your opponent is going to be able to use the limbs to keep the stability, and the sweep is not gonna work, right? As soon as you have the control, you have to break your partner's balance. Once your partner is balanced, the sweep is also not going to work. So as you bring your opponent on you, as you break the balance, then you're going to be able to make your opponent fall. Your opponent fell, you have to, together with their movement of falling, you have to come up to secure the position. All right? So those elements are very important when we're talking about sweeps. And this is going to apply for most sweeps. We're going to have some exceptions that we can talk through, but what is important for us is to understand the concept. This is going to be the case for most positions that we talked about in Jiu-Jitsu. All right? Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, you can write me. You can write in the comments, and we are going to make sure that we can answer those questions in the best way possible. Thanks again for the help. Thanks again for everyone watching. Hope to see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.